Don't forget to go down in the description below to check out all the discounts and reductions and special offers available for different softwares. Thank you. In this video, we're going to take a look at Silkypix Developer Studio Pro 12, the latest version of Silkypix softwares. Those who know me and those who has been visiting my channel, there's a good chance that you know that I am one of the first serious user in YouTube when it comes to photography editing software, because of course there are now thousands of software, paid or free, and obviously top of the list is always fight between Adobe Lightroom, Photoshop, and Capture One. Then you have DxO, Photolab 678, depends on which version you're using. Then their plugin, which is Nick Collection. Then you have On One. Then you have Luminar Neo, and then list just go on. But this is what on top of my head right now. And Affinity Photo, of course, but that's different. It's similar to Photoshop. My point is, in my channel, of course, I also created a lot of... While you're watching this video, please don't forget to comment in the description below, in the comment section below, to share your opinion. Otherwise, they wouldn't be exporting, creating a new photo, new software. That doesn't make any sense. Now, on the left, you have, as usual, the folder, then metadata, then you have your editing history in a separate tab. Tastes and parameters, they moved it on the side finally. That's good. We can create straight away whatever edit you did. You can create them as a preset, or they call it taste, or modify it, and all the parameters as well. So you have the opportunity to save the taste and parameters, or modify the parameters. That's fantastic. So you can create your own kind of working space if you want. That's brilliant, pretty handy. I'm going to keep it to metadata, of course. Then you have the import. So those who had the Photo Express, you understand that the moment you add a hard drive, USB thumbnail, or SD card, immediately is going to open a window, and you can change and rename your files before you reorganize them. So, that's pretty good for photo management. At the bottom, as usual, similar to the Select tab. Plus, you have side-by-side multi-preview, full screen. So you have this separate tool where it's 25%, 50%, 100%, and so on. You have the loop tool now. Let's see. Aha, nice. So it's pretty cool, because when you click the loop tool, more you click, more it zoom in or zoom out. I'm gonna try again, backward, loop tool, zoom out. So that's pretty handy. I actually like it. You know why? Because when you zoom in, it can be a bit more painful sometimes. It's too fast or too slow, etc. It's generally too fast. So I prefer that. What is the palm tool? Palm tool is essentially, okay, fair enough. And then fitted display. Okay, fair enough. That's nice. Then rotation as usual, and all the marking tools and stars. You know me. I'm pretty simple. I don't care about those kind of things. I'm old school guy as usual. I don't take headaches for renaming, organizing. For me, the best way to organize your hard drive and your photo is to take less photos, guys. Listen to me. Do not click the shutter like 1,000 times. It takes fucking forever to organize the hard drive. It feels like eternity. I want to enjoy photo taking, photo editing, and photo publishing. That's it. Whatever in between, something like renaming the photos, changing the hard drive, yada yada yada. Because at the end, come on, for example, take this for example. Imagine you're living in a planet where you use Silkypix and you did your edit and you did your marking. For example, green marking with forester, whatever, I don't care. Now, for whatever reason, like you do now, you decided to open the exact same photo in DxO or Lightroom. Now, do they matter? This thing, do they matter? Because you have to do all over again, exact same thing on a different software. Imagine you're living in a planet. Every single photo editing software kind of became like a USB key. You know, you do your marking 4-star, 5-star, red marking, green marking, etc., and simultaneously they show it in different software. That would be a dream come true, but these things never going to happen. I'm telling you now. So I don't take headache for that. If it's a bad photo, I delete the bad photo. Simple as that. If it's a good photo, I keep the good photo. Anyway, I think I'm getting angry a little bit. I had too much coffee. Well, now you have in the development mode, you have the import, you have the direct develop. You click the develop, and you have the, as usual, develop, batch develop. I'm not going to get into details. I can guarantee you they didn't change much. However, what they did finally, that you can click directly to another app and then open it in Photoshop, Luminar Neo, Topaz, DxO, Photolab, you name it, Nick Collection, so on. So you have the direct button to open directly from here. And the register application, I highly recommend you to change this, browse. And then I highly recommend you there is something, the add. So when you click add, you have to select your application. For instance, I'm selecting Luminar Neo. And then format, typically the best is TIFF, 16-bit. I know that you're going to judge me, but I typically keep to JPEG. You know why? Because it doesn't really matter for me. Good photo is a good photo. And I'm a less editing guy. I'm not a more editing guy. Anyway, so they made it pretty much accessible straight. Makes sense. So what they did a nice interface change, which is good. You can right click and then rearrange everything if you want. For example, the customize toolbar, and then you can rearrange all of it. Then you have the direct crop. You have the rotation tool. You have it's like a perspective correction tool. Let's see. Nothing automatic yet. You still have to do it manually, if I understand. Yeah, you still have to do it manually. How do I get rid of it? How do I get rid of it? No, I don't have to get rid of it. I can just do that. Anyway, so with that, then you have the usual exposure bias tool. Let's see. Let's give it a go. I'm gonna drop it on the dark. Woo! No, thank you. So it works. That's for sure. Gray balance tool. Yeah, my gray balance is not the best one anyway, so ignore that. But at least it works. You have the black level tool. Let's see. You have the skin color tool. Let's see. All right. You have what else? Chromatic aversion tool. I don't have any kind of chromatic aversion in this image, so cannot show you. You have the gray balance tool for underwater photo. Nice. Okay, they're stepping up the game. And then they have the negative film inversion tool. Obviously, I'm going to use it in another tutorial. Then you have the spotting tool. That's quite nice. You have the retouch brush tool. So you take off unwanted elements. You have the partial correction tool. This is my favorite. You see, this is what I mean by DxO. The Silkypix developer is a complete tool. It can, apart from speed and noise reduction, I sincerely think it can replace Adobe Lightroom when I'm talking. Because you have all the tools necessary. You have the classic circular correction filter. Let's take a look. I'm doing this. He did a circular correction tool, right? Now, I'm just going to do it quickly because I'll do another kind of tutorial later on. Now you want to see that the where is working. There you go. You know that where is it? Okay, fair enough. That's simple. Now you must be thinking, I don't care. Let's say in this particular area, you want to just work on particular color. For instance, I'm gonna select blue. Guess what happens? I'm changing the hue now. Sorry, I made a mistake. I'm going back to the selection tool. Apologize, I'm running too much. I should not run. So I went back. Now I'm changing the hue. You can change the hue of just that. So that is in Lightroom Capture One, even DxO, you have that. You work on just specific color and you can control the range if you want to. You can invert it if you want to. Of course, you can still see where it is working. You can see that now, because you select the color, the red area, selection area, is changed. Because it's too red on the blue area. I'm going to show you. And a little bit on the rest of the area, because of course you need to know that where it's working on. My point is in the end, guys. This is already freaking amazing. What else you want? Anyway, I'm wasting time. But I'm almost making this tutorial like a video, like a tutorial. But I just wanted to have my first impression, so I'm getting excited. You have this thing called Add Object Information Filter. So if a DNG file with the object information is selected, add an object information filter. So you can select an object, depends on your DNG file though. So it depends on the raw file to raw file. It doesn't work on everything. So that most likely is going to work on a smartphone DNG in my opinion. And then you have the polygon tool. Polygon tool, even today in DxO Photolab 8, which is a fantastic, my another favorite tool, they don't give it to you just like that. You have to use the nick collection for polygon separately. Even this, for example, circular correction, if I remember correctly, you select the circular correction. Okay, fair enough. Now, see that I'm doing this. Now, you cannot do that in DxO either. You still need nick collection for that, because all the same tool in nick collection, you can modify the round tool to left, right, etc. But in DxO, it stays round. That's it. That's quite a convenience. Again, I can continue, but it's a complete tool. Now, as you can see that you have a new other interface change, which is the quick and advanced. In the quick, you have all the straightforward tools. For me, I would just keep that and that's it. Like you have all the tools necessary: exposure, color temperature, color deflation, another way to say tint. That's the one, tint. You have the contrast, HDR, highlight, shadow, white level, black level, saturation, sharpening, smoothness in my opinion. Let me take a look. Before I give you any kind of bullshit, I'll go all the way to 100. Yeah, that's the light, luminance. That's the sharpness. Look at that, sharpening all the way. The smoothness, I think, is, if I'm not mistaken, it's the luminance noise reduction. Anyway, and then you have the advanced. Then advanced, they made it even better. Finally, it was painful to the eyes before, but now it's just perfect. You can just open one thing at a time and slowly go down. I'm not going to get into the details, but just by looking at it, it doesn't give me any pain in the eye, if you know what I mean. Then, of course, you have the list of all these. I quite like them actually. I'm going to keep it to default. I'm quite curious about the noise reduction. Did they eat anything interesting here? No, didn't change much. That's gonna be something that I'm going to test, their noise reduction capability. And monochrome controller, my another favorite, of course. But they're pretty good. You see, now this part, finally they made it so streamlined. You might think that if you already have Silkypix Developer Studio Pro 11, even 10, what's the point of what do you call it, going all the way up to 12 if they all remain same? Yes, I know that there are some tools that they added new tool, but most of them remain same, and they only did change the interface. Guys, you know very well that interface sometimes plays a bigger role in terms of your editing capability and to enjoy editing, because it's a headache to go and search everything at once. Even DxO interface can be a bit more intimidating, and Capture One, my goodness, they are amazing. Believe me, I'm not judging them and not being biased. But what I'm trying to say is that, in my personally, I use the word personally, they can be intimidating when you look at it. But here, it's kind of, apart from the size of the font, which I believe that I can change it in display setting. Yep, I can change them in a display setting, I think. The small font size, you need to wear a magnifying glass, because they can be too small if you have a smaller laptop. But they are well organized all in one place, as I prefer at home for my everything in life. So yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time with the new tool, but I'm going to stop the video here because I have so much to show you in my following video. But my first impression with the Silkypix Developer Studio Pro 12 is that just for the change of interface, it's finally streamlined and I love it. I hope that you agree with me, and if you don't agree with me or different opinion, always welcome to comment in the comment section below. Please do. I really appreciate it, because it's always, the debate is amazing when it's constructive. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.